Hi, my name is Ritesh Bawri. I'm an entrepreneur and also the father of two wonderful children. Interestingly, I'm also someone who's almost died 14 times in my life. From being in a near plane crash to being lost in a jungle, I've seen it all. 7 years ago, I experienced what was hopefully my last near-death experience. I just turned 40. I was diabetic, I was hypertensive, had always suffered from asthma, and I had acidity for at least 20 years. Thanks to the intervention of Professor Ravi Rajan, I was able to reverse all these conditions in 90 days. I was hooked. I had to learn more. Since then, I've read thousands of medical journals and hundreds of books. I've certified myself in physiology from the Harvard Medical School and in nutrition from the Tufts Medical School. I just had to understand what was happening in the human body. I've started Breathe Again, a platform dedicated to helping people live a very long and a very healthy life. We've been able to impact thousands of people, reverse lifestyle conditions. You know, the really interesting thing is that even the World Health Organization calls lifestyle diseases potentially reversible. Are we saying that if you just simply made some lifestyle changes, 7 of the top 10 reasons why we're dying could be reversed, or at least the risk could be reduced? To find out more, I put together the Ritesh Bawri Show, where we talk to experts and regular people, understand from them what's going on with their lives, and how all of us can live a very long and a very healthy life. Welcome to the show, the Ritesh Bawri Show. Hi Vihaan, it's such a pleasure to have you on the show.
Hi.
So what would you like to know?
I just had a few questions to ask
course.
you. So, first one, what is the gut and how do we take care of our gut?
Yeah, it's a really interesting question. The gut is actually the place where all the food that you eat goes in and gets digested. Digestion very simply means that the food has to be converted into something that your body can use. So your gut has bacteria. That bacteria is what is working on that food, breaking it down, making it usable in some sense. If you want a good
Wait,
gut
if
health,
I may ask,
yes, of course.
doesn't the stomach break down the food and send it through some veins through in the stomach?
Yes, exactly. So the stomach is the place where the food is first broken down, and then it passes on into your intestines. In your intestines, you have gut bacteria, and that gut bacteria actually converts it into a form that your body can use. So if you want a good, healthy gut in your body, you need to eat what we call fermented foods, things like achar, kanji, kimchi, pickle, dahi. These are all wonderful things that the body uses to pollinate the bacteria in your body in some sense, to build good bacteria in your body in some sense. And that's how you get a good gut health.
Why is dosa good for yourself?
So I'd say all kinds of foods are good for you, especially if they're eaten in moderation. You need a certain amount of food every day. Dosa can be a part of it. But what also matters is when you have diversity. So you don't want to be eating the same thing every single day. You want to eat dosa one day, perhaps you want to eat roti sabzi another day, perhaps you want to eat paneer another day, perhaps you want to eat something else another day. Eating green vegetables is extremely valuable because green vegetables comes with lots of benefits. They have things like vitamins. Those vitamins help you get stronger, get you faster, get your brain to work better. So that's why I'd say eat diverse kinds of foods. Those are definitely being a part of that.
But then what does dosa have nutrition in?
Dosa has something called carbohydrate. Carbohydrate's a form of fuel. Think of it like the energy that is running your body. So dosa has excellent source of carbohydrates. It also has a little bit of protein. Protein again is another source of carbohydrates, particularly when you have it with dal, the lentil, and then when you have it with the chutney. So it's almost in some sense balanced. The chutney gives you fat, very good for you. The dosa gives you carbohydrate, very good for you. The dal gives you protein, very good for you. So in a sense, it's a complete meal, except that you want to have diversity. You don't want to have only dosa as your source of food.
And what nutrition does ghee have and how does it make you healthier?
Yeah, wonderful. Really good question. So ghee is something called a good fat. Okay. When you say it's a good fat has a perfect ratio of something called omega-3 and omega-6. And ghee is one of those things that has almost a perfect ratio of omega-3 and omega-6. Why it's really good for you is when it goes into your body, your brain actually uses some of that fat. And the brain's actually completely made out of fat. So this good fat, ghee, that's going into your body is being used by your brain to get sharper, to get more focused, to get much smarter, to get more intelligent. And that's why ghee is again wonderful for you. I know you eat a lot of ghee. Really good for you.
So 6 spoons in one roti on one side.
That's wonderful. More power to you. Really good for you.
And how does cashew make you taller?
Yeah, exactly. Very good question. So cashew has something called zinc. Zinc is again really useful for growth. Zinc is one of those ingredients that help your body grow, especially as a young growing child. You want your body to get taller, to get stronger, to get bigger. And so cashew actually helps that it has something called zinc. It has other things. It's got protein that's also useful. But zinc is one of the key ingredients why cashew is really good for height. Thank you for watching. Being connected to each other is easily one of the most powerful emotions a human being can feel. On that note, I have a very small request to make of you. Lots of you watch this channel, but not all of you subscribe to this channel. If you subscribe, you'll get notified of all the new episodes that we're going to be releasing very shortly. We've had some fascinating conversations with some amazing people who have so many powerful lessons to teach. So please do subscribe. If you subscribe to the channel, you will know about all the new episodes we're releasing. So please subscribe now.
So, how do you be ageless? Like you're 50 years old, but you look like you're 20.
Oh, thank you so much for that. First of all, you're already ageless. You're definitely going to live a very long and a very healthy life. That's my wish for you. The best way to be ageless is to focus on 4 or 5 things in your life. Eat really healthy food, exercise regularly, make sure you sleep well, make sure you meditate, make sure you breathe properly. If you do all of these things, you are definitely going to live to be at least 200.
How important is the digestive system when it comes to health?
Yeah, sure. So it's really important. Think of it like this. The food that you're eating is fuel for your body, okay? So you might even eat the food, but imagine that the food is not getting digested or absorbed, used by your body. Then actually it's not useful at all for you. So that is why your digestion is so important. That is why it's really important to have a good, healthy gut, because that's where that digestion takes place. That food gets converted into a form that your body can use. And that's why digestion is so important for you.
How important is sleep? And why do you need to sleep only at night? Like you can sleep in the afternoon, 5 o'clock. You can sleep 4 hours and you can sleep 4 hours at night. It's still 8 hours. Why do you need to sleep 8 hours at night only?
Yeah, sure. It's a really good question. So first of all, sleep is that time when your body is repairing itself. Think of it like this. You've used the body since the morning, right? And then at night, the body goes and says, okay, whatever's happened to my body, let me repair, let me fix, let me correct. That is that time when it is repairing itself. So that 8 hours of sleep at night is really important. Also, what happens is everything you learn, imagine you went to school at RPG and you learn history, you learn geography, you learn mathematics, you learn chemistry, you learn biology. All the things that you learn through the day, they consolidate. Your brain literally converts into what we call long-term memory. That memory consolidates at night. So you will remember what you learned through the day. So that's why it's extremely important that you sleep at night. Now, why it's really important to sleep at night is because your body follows what we call a biorhythm. It's a clock which starts when the sun rises in the morning. Your clock almost goes off. 16 hours later, your clock shuts down and you need to go to sleep. So yes, of course, you can sleep during the day, but that's not going to count in the repair and restore period at night. And that's why you need to sleep 8 hours at night.
You say 16 hours, the clock starts again.
Correct.
And the day is only for 24 hours.
Correct.
12 hours you are awake.
No, 8 hours. 16 hours you're awake and 8 hours you're sleeping. So 24.
Oh, okay.
You confuse me.
Fifth one. How important in exercise? But what happens if you don't exercise and you start exercising at a late age, like 30, 40?
Sure. So that's what happened to me. I stopped exercising at the age of 15. I only started exercising again at the age of 40. But what happens is when you don't exercise, the parts of your body, the muscles, the bones, your heart, your lung, they start getting weaker and weaker and weaker. So at 40, I found myself being able to even sit and stand, do very basic things, to be able to lift something, to lift you, for example. I found it really difficult to do that. The minute I started exercising, that strength came back, that capacity came back. And so the younger you start, the earlier you start, the more you exercise, the better it is for you to maintain your body. The human body is meant to move. The human body is meant to do things. And it's one of the very, very, very few things in the world which gets stronger the more you use it. Think of the laptop, think of your car, think of anything else that you're using. The more you use it, the worse it gets. In the case of the human body, the more you use it, the stronger it gets. And that's that miracle that you want to tap into. You want to use it as much as you can. Run, walk, swim, cycle, do whatever it is that you like, box, it doesn't really matter. But make sure you exercise. It's really important for you because that's how you maintain the strength of the body.
Okay. Last question. What is blue light and why is it bad for your body? Like there's white light, it's literally in front of you.
Sure.
There's nothing going to happen to you.
Yeah.
But then why is light called blue light also?
Yeah, sure. So blue light is a particular wave from the sunlight that you get. Unfortunately, some of the gadgets that we use, phones, laptops, also emit blue light. Blue light's not necessarily bad for you. Blue light's actually very good for you if you're exposed to it early in the morning, okay? But it's bad for you if you're exposed to it late at night. So especially after 4 o'clock, if you start exposing yourself to blue light from artificial sources such as your laptop, your phone, then that's disrupting your sleep cycle. Remember we talked about how you need to sleep 8 hours a night?
Yeah.
If you're exposing yourself to blue light at night, it disrupts that sleep cycle. So blue light's not bad by itself. It's really good to get blue light in the morning. It's just not good to get it at night. And it's not good to get it from gadgets like laptops and phones. So if you can reduce your time on the gadget, on your laptop, on your iPad, on your phone, whatever, really good for you.
One more. You wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and start.
Sure.
4 to 8 if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So then why don't you get affected by the blue light?
No, I am getting affected. Unfortunately, my work requires me to work even in the evening. So you've often seen me work on my laptop, say at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Ideally, it's not good for me. Ideally, I should stop using my laptop by about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, cut that time to 3 hours before I go to sleep at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And then that's ideal, that my sleep will be much better. You know that my sleep is not the best.
4
I could do
hours
better.
in one day.
I do 7, I don't do 4, but I could do much better quality sleep if I cut that out. It is one of my goals for this year.
Thank you for answering the questions.
Of course, thank you. You're a wonderful interviewer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.